Panther TV, Lloyd Trader, live at the airport in Las Vegas in the midst of the mountains and all this Las Vegas sky. Stuff behind me with casinos and everything. I got Poindexter next to me, Christopher Poindexter. All right, Chris, I saw the game yesterday. Tell me about this formation you guys are in, splitting you out wide. You start off in the backfield in that wishbone, then they start splitting you wide. And tell me how you're so successful when once they split you wide, getting deep the whole game.
Well, first of all, you know, they didn't make any adjustments as far as, you know, playing to our level as far as bringing the safeties over the top. They just played the corners one-on-one. And, you know, that's been a mismatch all season. So, you know, I can see they didn't watch any film because, you know, that's been pretty much what we've done all season. When it's one-on-one, you know, we go long on them, and they didn't make any adjustments, and we made them pay for it. And then as far as in the backfield, the line, you know, they held the blocks, and, you know, we just made them pay on the ground. And they just didn't do any adjustments. That's basically the bottom line. They didn't adjust at all to what we brought to them, and we made them pay for that.
Tell our viewers, when you're in the back for a running back, who makes that call? Is that something that you talk to maybe Rashad Mills or Jason Volpe? Did they see something in the secondary, like, you know, you went back in the sidelines and told your offensive coordinator, hey, if I split wide, I think I got a mismatch?
Oh, without a doubt. We talk to, you know, the coaches, and I talk to the, you know, my teammates all the time. I let them know, you know, what I see, and it's vice versa. And you know, off of what we see, then that's how the adjustments go, and that's what we did yesterday, and we were successful.
How big was this win for Philadelphia Panthers, going out to California, playing the Manhattan Beach, and basically taking the championship away from a potential other champion in terms of the team you were playing, because they wanted it just as bad as you did, at least we thought from the outset?
I mean, it would, you know, this was a big deal for us, you know, to bring it back. You know, we came here, you know, the last couple of years without the title, and, you know, this was a big deal for us. And, you know, nobody really expected us to, you know, to come out here and win this time around. And like I said, we worked hard, we believed in each other, and we made it happen. And that's basically it. We all believed in each other. You know, that was a great team we played against, and you know, they had a dynamic offense. I mean, they were special, but, you know, with our maturity and us growing as a unit, you know, we came together and we dominated. And you know, we made them fold at the end. And, you know, you couldn't ask for more.
Strength and honor, said by one of his best players yesterday, besides Sean Mayers, this guy, Christopher Poindexter, made an impact as well. Panther TV, Lloyd Trader. Still in the airport here for Panther TV. I got Marcel Rivers next to me, starting cornerback for the Philadelphia Panthers. Marcel, tell me yesterday how you guys were able to keep a lot of those receivers and some of them catches underneath and not give up any big plays.
Well, in the beginning it was a little difficulties because we didn't go up against anything like that and like in a long time. So once we figured them out, it was like pretty simple. Just stay deep because we figured out the quarterback was going to a spot.
Right.
So we figured play the corners off and put the linebackers in the flat to keep everything underneath.
Okay.
And let our playmakers make big plays when we did.
Is this the first time that Panthers have played a type of team that ran a formation like this with 4 receivers set, 1 running back in the backfield the entire game?
Yeah, that was the first time, and it was something different to us. So after we adjusted, we just played. We played hard. Like, I was a little off today, but it was a good comeback after halftime. After we switched everything around and got things done, and that's when we've seen the talent come out.
Let's talk about that quickly in the second half. I like the way the Panthers made those adjustments, and once the Panthers extended their lead, you seem to put them back on their heels a little bit. Tell me about that and how you were able to sit here and start laying the hammer on some of these receivers after they caught the pass.
Yeah, well, what it was, we let them run underneath, and we give you the underneath, no deep balls, but when we come up, we're going to hit you, make you feel it, make you not want to catch the ball no more.
How big was this win for the Panthers?
It was really big. Like, championship, we've been out there for 2 years. This is my second year. I needed a ring we all went in the ring before we sent like some of our veterans, like they gonna be leaving, not coming back.
Right.
Coach P, because we went through a lot in the beginning of the season, so we want to get them, what they deserve. So that's what we did.
You heard it here first. Marcel Rivers laying the hammer down in the second half of some of these receivers for the Thunder. Panthers walk away with the title, 52-41. Panther TV. Typical West Coast stuff, dunking and dinking. Then in the second half, I noticed you guys, because once he started getting those scores, then you guys started letting them get underneath stuff, but they couldn't get any more big plays, so you shrunk the field. You know what I'm saying? You shrunk the field, and they couldn't stretch the field like they were doing in the first half. Because the first half, they were stretching the field. And then you got to get adjusted to that type of offense. It's a run and shoot type of offense that the Houston Oilers ran in the 90s with Warren Moon. They spread everybody out, so if your front four is getting pressure, their guys are running timing routes, and they're able to get into those routes so fast. He was dunking, so it didn't even matter what kind of pressure we're getting in, because he was counting his head. 1, 2, boom, boom. I noticed in the second half, you guys adjusted to it. Now, Selleck and Alexandra couldn't get deep like they were doing. You made them bring it in and go underneath, and then when they were catching underneath stuff, you were hitting them. You were hitting them, and then they were thinking about it. And then I know when Selleck took a shot across the middle, he started thinking about it. I didn't see him cross the middle again after that play. So, I mean, I think that was a big difference in the second half.
He was just throwing his spots.
Yeah, he definitely was.
He just picked a spot and just
As you could tell, when Tay hit the receiver out of bounds, the receiver fell, and the ball still went forward, and Tay made the interception. And then when they threw it in the back of the end zone, when I ran down and caught it in the back of the end zone, like it was no receiver there, it was just me and the safety. So it was like he was just picking a spot to throw to. As long as we got there, we was cool.
And it goes to show you, if you got a quarterback like that with an arm like that, who can basically throw to an area like a Tom Brady or Peyton Manning, and you can tell how those receivers, those routes are timed. He's taking so many steps. He's taking so many steps, and he's just turning the balls right there. And that's what was, I think, the tough adjustment in the first half.
That's what it was.
Trying to deal with that, because you can't really simulate that in practice.
No.
That's tough to do when somebody's sitting back there throwing. He can throw. He was throwing some lasers. He got a big arm. He got a big arm. He got a big arm.
A little bit too. I don't think he was used to, the type of defense, the team speed that we brought. He wasn't used to that.
You said it like y'all running a basic scheme, but like y'all talent is keeping y'all in this. I'm like, after we made the adjustments, he was like, y'all really balled out. Like your defense, simple scheme, but with the talent we have, everything worked out in our favor.
Tell me this too, because they scored first. How are you guys able to stay patient on defense in terms of running your system and not getting? Because remember, they got out of what they wanted to do. Okay, and they start changing things around. Tell me how the Panthers were able to stay patient in terms of what they were running and not changing to adjust to them.
Well, that comes from our from up top, the coaching staff, Coach Cav and Coach P. Tell us just stay patient, keep our head in it, and they believe in the scheme and let our talent take over. And when you listen, this is the results you get.
Poindexters, how are you able to stay patient on offense as well? Because, they're a quick striking scoring team. They score first. How are you guys? So you guys look poised the whole game. How are you guys able to stay patient and have the confidence to know that you're going to score when you got the ball back?
I mean, because it's just been the practice, together all season long. We just got better and better, so we kind of believed and knew eventually, though, we would be in a dogfight with someone. And, our defense, all season has been backing us. And we knew eventually, especially with that kind of offense, we was going to need to support them this time around. So, the hard work we put in all during practice and just, basically in the games, tuning up for this type of game, we was ready to go.
And in contrast, with the defense being so dominant all season long, how did you feel when the offense was putting those points up on the board as quickly as they were doing it?
Oh, it felt lovely. It felt real lovely. Like, all we had to do was make 1 or 2 more stops, and we knew the game was going to be over. Sean and Poindexter, they like the truth. When they touch the ball, everybody hold their breath, because it's almost guaranteed a big play every time they touch the ball. And then it just felt real good, real good. when the offense, you know, put up 51 points, we put up 70. Like, we know once we come together, the unity, we can't be stopped. So strength and honor, that's what we pride on. We stay together.
And you would have had another touchdown if Derek Clinton didn't run out of gas, and they called holding as soon as he picked the ball up. So the defense could have had a score.
Definitely.
They could have had a score. Real quick, Poindexter, you put up 52 points. How does that make you feel on offense, knowing that you got the ability? Because normally, let's face it, I was at the game, you scored 72, and it was a little bit of both, offense and defense. But now, 52 points put up by the defense in the championship game. Tell me how that feels, and what's that mean to the offense and the organization overall?
That just mean we put in the work. I mean, you put in the work, then it's going to show in the games. You know, that's just with anything you do. You put the time in, the effort, great things going to happen, and that's what went down yesterday. You know, we worked hard all season, and like I said, we knew it was going to be a time when that type of effort was needed, and we came prepared. We were ready to go, and it means a lot, you know, to us and to the organization, you know, because it was for the national championship, you know, so you can ask for a better time to make it happen. You know what I mean? There's a perfect stage to show that. You know what I mean? And it's just a great feeling. You know what I mean? To go back to Philly with the championship and do it the way we did it.
First time Philadelphia Panthers offense put up 52 points. They were the offensive juggernaut as opposed to the offensive juggernaut they were playing. Panther TV, Marcel Rivers, Christopher Poindexter, Lloyd Trader.